Financial markets do not move in simple, straight lines. They expand predictably for a time, and eventually they violently reverse. When a market correction begins, the common human expectation is that the price will settle at a clean, linear fraction, losing exactly half or perhaps a quarter of its prior gains. Actual price data reveals a different reality. Corrections frequently bypass these intuitive milestones. Instead of halting at the 50% mark, price trends often move lower, stalling and reversing at highly specific, nonlinear percentages, like 61.8%. This creates a friction between the human preference for linear grids and the actual behavior of market stalling points. The recurrence of these specific coordinates suggests a pattern within market exhaustion that simple fractions cannot explain. These specific percentages are identified as Fibonacci retracement levels. These levels function as objective measurements of price movement rather than arbitrary indicators. They act as spatial maps, applying the golden ratio to price variance. The engine behind these percentages is a mathematical concept called sequence limits. To understand why these levels repeat, we must look past the software interface and derive the ratios from first principles. Moving from a software feature to the underlying mathematics changes technical analysis from an exercise in guessing into a predictable framework. The process begins with the raw Fibonacci sequence, starting from 0. The sequence follows a single rule. Each number is the sum of the two numbers immediately preceding it. While the numbers themselves grow, the core insight lies in the relationship between adjacent numbers. If you divide any number in the sequence by the number that follows it, for instance, 34 divided by 55, the result is 0.618. As the sequence continues, this calculation asymptotically approaches the constant of 0.618. This quotient represents the inverse of the golden ratio. 0.618 serves as the primary mathematical limit of the sequence, establishing the baseline for all market calculations. This primary ratio is only the first layer of the sequence. By skipping one position and dividing a number by the value 2 places higher, the sequence reveals a second constant. This calculation consistently yields the ratio of 0.382. A third calculation, dividing a number by the value 3 places higher, produces another result. This division results in the constant ratio of 0.236. We now have 3 primary limits: 0.618, 0.382, and 0.236. These numbers represent the proportional limits of the sequence. These abstract limits can be applied directly to a financial chart using price and time. To use the tool, we must first identify an impulse wave. This wave is measured from a distinct absolute low to a distinct absolute high, with the total vertical distance representing 100% of the move. Retracements calculate how much of that vertical distance the price recovers during a countertrend move. We can project our derived ratios onto the vertical price axis. A 61.8% pullback of the original impulse wave corresponds to the sequence's primary limit. The secondary limits mark the points for shallower corrections at 38.2% and 23.6%. This grid is a geographic projection of sequence limits onto price action. Why does a market price stop at a specific mathematical line on a screen? The physical movement of the market is driven by order book depth. Algorithmic trading systems use these specific Fibonacci limits to define their execution logic. As the price approaches a level like 0.618, clusters of limit orders aggregate at the boundary. The line itself is not the barrier. The concentration of orders at these specific coordinates creates the support wall. Mathematics identifies the location, while algorithmic liquidity provides the physical resistance, making these levels structural boundaries. This framework applies across years and asset classes. On macro charts, major pullbacks repeatedly find support at the 0.382 and 0.618 limits. However, these levels are probabilistic zones rather than guarantees. If liquidity fails at a Fibonacci node, the price will continue to the next proportional limit. By mapping sequence proportionality to market variance, analysts can replace trend guessing with a method for defining risk and identifying exhaustion points.